afternoon. Our Kalisha Whitman is there live with more on that. Kalisha.
Ani, today was the first full day of the investigation, and we're told that preliminary results show no uncontained engine failure or there was no pre-impact fire there. The biggest thing that came out of today's briefing was that those black boxes were recovered around 11 this morning. We're told it took them 3 hours to find those black box recorders. And you know, those recorders could contain the answers to the questions that the NTSB wants to get answered.
They were blackened and sooted, and we are cautiously optimistic that we will be able to obtain good data from those recorders. They are being flown as we speak to Washington under the escort of a federal official.
Those recorders should arrive about 7 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time, and then an NTSB official will get the boxes and take them to the headquarters. At that point, laboratory personnel will begin the process of opening those boxes and extracting the data. Now, those boxes are made not to be opened. They're made to withstand heat and crash forces, so it is difficult to get into those boxes. They will have to saw them and cut into them, and NTSB at that point will then use the software that it has to get the data and extract it. Now, the one thing I'm going to mention here, I'm going to look at my notes, a few agencies are helping out, and the one that's helping out since the plane was manufactured in France is the equivalent to the NTSB here. It's called the BEA, and they are an accredited representative to this investigation, and that's because of national treaties. Also, the European Aviation Safety Agency will also be helping, and Airbus. And tomorrow we'll know more information because there will be another briefing here at 4 p.m. For now, we're live here at the Birmingham Airport. Kalisha Whitman, Alabama's 13 News.
Thank you, Kalisha. Now an investigation is underway to determine why that plane went down. This afternoon, the National Transportation Safety Board gave us an update on where the investigation stands right now. Kalisha Whitman joins us live from the crash site. Kalisha, investigators, they really made some strides today with this.
They did, Ani, make strides. This was the first full day of the investigation, and the discovery made today may help the NTSB figure out why this plane crashed here.
UPS Flight 1354 from Louisville to Birmingham crash landed just a few hundred feet away from the runway. The key to what went wrong could be within the data of the plane's black box recorders.
It took investigators about 3 hours to locate them. They were covered in hardened plastic, metal, and cargo.
Char and soot covered the boxes, but they appear to be intact. If the information can be recovered, that could answer many questions.
We are cautiously optimistic that we will be able to obtain good data from those recorders.
But the only way to know if the data is good is to get inside of the box. Then the NTSB will know what it's working with.
As you can imagine, these boxes are made not to be opened up. They're made to withstand crash forces and heat, so therefore it's a little difficult to get into them. We have to saw into them and cut into them, and that takes some time. And there's software that they have to use to download the data.
The NTSB will work through the night to open the boxes, and NTSB officials plan to determine if the data is good tomorrow.
And those boxes were set to arrive in Washington around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then they were taken to the NTSB headquarters. Also, now there is another briefing tomorrow at 4, so then, like I said, maybe we'll have more insight as to what that data is and if it can be recovered. For now, we're live here in Birmingham. Kalisha Whitman, Alabama's 13 News.
Thanks, Kalisha. NTSB has been very